This new iPhone 15 feature is a huge deal. You can now record video directly from the iPhone to an external hard drive, a memory card, or any other external storage device. So as most of us already know, the new iPhone's got USB-C, and along with USB-C, the iPhone 15 Pros got USB 3.1. This basically means the transfer speeds between the phone and a computer are going to be really, really fast for things like photos and videos. But this also means you can now record content directly to an external device. It doesn't save on the phone, then onto the drive. It goes from the phone directly into the external drive. This is a really big deal for me, and I'm assuming other content creators, because there's no real smooth workflow right now to get footage from an iPhone to a computer. It's a really arduous process and a huge pain. So much so that I edit pretty much exclusively on my phone, so I'm excited to step over to the computer. And the best part is the process is just stupid simple. You simply plug your drive in to your phone with the USB-C cable. Then all you have to do is go into camera. Then what you have to do is in the video section, you have to turn on ProRes, which is Apple's really high quality version of video. You're going to want to need external storage for this because the files are huge. Once you turn ProRes on, you're going to see here that USB-C shows up, and now you'll see the exact capacity of storage you have in the drive and how many minutes worth of video you can shoot. It's that easy. Then you shoot your video, and the video is stored directly on the drive and doesn't even touch your iPhone storage. This opens up so much opportunities because not only can you use big external drives or SSD like I use there, you can just have a memory card like I have here in this USB-C adapter. You'll see when I plug it into the phone here, it's literally just going to recognize it automatically, hopefully. Yeah, you see we're at USB-C, and now it has the amount of storage that we can put on our little drive. Anyway, this is going to be one of those features that not many people do use, but for those who do use it, it's going to be an absolute game changer. This really kind of hits home the Pro model on the iPhone 15 Pro, where anybody doing Pro level work is going to salivate at this thing. I'm really excited to deep dive into this a little bit more and use it. If you have any questions on the iPhone 15 Pro or the iPhone 15, I got them both. Let me know in the comments there. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. Here are 3 advanced ways I am using the action button on the brand new iPhone 15 Pro. So for those who don't know, the action button is one of the newest features on the iPhone 15 Pro. They added this button to the side of the phone, and it lets you trigger a whole bunch of different things on the phone. The problem is by default, you don't get a lot of flexibility, and you can only do things like silence it or turn on the flashlight. But what you can do is activate something called a Siri Shortcut, which lets you do a whole bunch of scripting on your phone, and that's how I'm utilizing it. So the first advanced way I'm utilizing this is using the focus state of my phone to change what the action button does. Focus state, if you don't know, is like this thing in your phone where you can set whether you're driving, whether you're working, or whether you're in Do Not Disturb. I use these all very frequently, and most of them set automatically, like when I'm working in my working hours, or when I'm driving, it automatically activates when I connect to my CarPlay. So I use that and a bunch of if-and rules to determine what the button does. So first, it gets the current state of my focus, it stores it, and then it says if the state of focus is driving, and this is one I've actually already used a few times, it sees how long it's going to take me to get home from my current location. It then sends a text to my girlfriend saying I'll be there in the amount of time it'll take me to get home. That means if I'm in the car and I tap the action button, it's going to send a text to my girlfriend telling her I'm on my way home and how long it's going to take me. If I'm not driving, it checks if I'm in Do Not Disturb mode. If I'm in Do Not Disturb mode, I simply tap the button to toggle it. Now I don't need to go on the top here to turn on and off my Do Not Disturb. And lastly, if I'm in working mode, it'll toggle my silent mode to on or off. Sometimes I like having notifications while I'm working if I'm not in super deep work, so that changes the behavior there. This basically means this one button now has a whole bunch of different functionality depending on what the state of my phone is. Let's go into the second way I utilize this. The second way is location-based, so using the same shortcut logic, I could get my current location, store it in a variable, then say if my location is home, I want to just toggle my Do Not Disturb. If my location is at work, maybe I want to toggle a voice memo. So when I push this, I could leave myself a quick note for whatever I'm working on that I don't have time to type in. And then if anything else, so if I'm not at home or I'm not at work, I'm probably just out and about, I have this button play and pause my music. So I could really quickly just reach in my pocket, tap that button without taking out my phone or anything. I haven't had much time to refine this, but I think this location-based one is going to be really powerful once you kind of really dial it in. And the third one is changing it up based on time. I haven't had much time to refine this yet, but I think this is, again, going to be a really powerful way to utilize the shortcut and the action button where you get the current date and time, and you could then have different actions happen when you push the button. I just have this really simple one here where it checks whether or not it's a weekend. If it is a weekend, it has the action button toggle between Do Not Disturb and regular. But then if it's on a work day, the action button instead toggles my phone into work mode and non-work mode. So those are the 3 different ways I'm using Siri Shortcuts to make the action button more powerful. In reality, I'm actually layering all of these on top of each other. So it's first checking my driving state, seeing if I'm driving, then it's going to check my location, and then it's going to check my phone state. This is going to be a really long, complicated shortcut, but it's going to mean I can have totally dynamic setups for how I want this button to respond to my inputs. I've only had the phone for 24 hours now, but I'm already using this thing very extensively, and one of the major use cases I have for it is smart home, which I'm going to do in a separate video, so make sure you watch that. If you guys have any questions at all on the iPhone 15 Pro, please let me know in the comments because I'd be happy to answer them for you. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.